Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry with other strategic partners are set to host the Lagos International Trade Fair from the 3rd of November to the 12th of November. This year's edition promises to be bigger and will lay specific emphasis on bringing African businesses together towards boosting intra-Africa trade under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Joining me now to discuss more on this international trade fair is Dr. Chinyere Almona. She's the Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as Engineer Leye Kupoluyi, the Vice President at the LCCI and the Chairman in charge of the Trade Promotion Board of the Chamber. Good morning. Great having you here, Madam Director General. And sir, thank you very much.
Good morning, my brother.
Good. How prepared are we for the trade fair? Let me start with her, if you don't mind, because you know when it has to do with trade and fair, they give it to the women.
To be fair to them.
Yes, to be fair to them.
And we do it well.
And you do it well.
Yep.
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes, you do. We were having this conversation last year, so, and you invited me, remember?
Yes. I'm not sure you can. Did you come?
I was there briefly.
Briefly, but this year you have to be there fully because this year is a special fair. It coincides with our 135th anniversary. So it's really big and better than all the other ones we've done. We've done this for 37 years, and so it gets better every year. For this year, we're looking to have several mini fairs within the fair. So there are several things that we're doing. For instance, we need to attract more of the youth population. So we're creating an entertainment village that will showcase Nigerian cuisine, music, fashion, all of it. We're also thinking that we need to make provision for the children. So we're having a children's corner because sometimes the bustle and hustle of the fair may be a bit too much for children. So we need to create a corner where they can relax and enjoy children-specific entertainment. For us, this fair is something that we want to also encourage and promote the African Intercontinental Free Trade Agreement because we need to pull in all the African countries within the Africa Hall. We've done Africa Hall for 6 years, so this year is larger, it's going to be larger, where all the African countries will be in one space and you can interact and do business with them, not just with the business people, but also with their regulators and trade commissioners within those countries. So this year's fair is going to be really, really fantastic. So I will encourage you to make time in your schedule to be there the entire 10 days.
The entertainment part of it sounds very like music to my ears. Yeah. I like that. I'm sure you're going to get a whole lot of 20 million people in Lagos. But again, when people begin to look at the Lagos International Trade Fair, what the goals and what the objectives are, talk to me on that, Mr. Kupoluyi.
Yeah, the goals has always been trade promotion. How do we bring all the businesses together, especially their product and their services, and we'll be able to exchange ideas, exchange goods, and more importantly, promote their trade, promote their businesses, and make sure that it is always an avenue, a platform for them to introduce the new product for the year. An opportunity for customers to know the latest technology. And in addition to some of those new features, like a tech hub, we are bringing the demography to what that is very, very relevant of today's economy. Right? The tech hub is very important for us to get those young people to be able to express themselves and to be able to showcase. We can see that the two areas, the one mentioned by the DG, which is the creative industry and the entertainment industry, then the tech hub, these are the growing part of our economy that we are actually really focusing on.
So, my Director General, Dr. Almona, if you look at the basic concept of trade fair years ago was to go there and pick up something and buy and pay for it and walk away. Is that changing with what you're bringing on for 2023? Over the years, 37 years, nearly 4 decades, is the LCCI shifted the focus not just to make it fair for making purchases, buying and selling, but to bring in institutions for learning, for a whole lot more experience and the way to help the business and the economy?
So I would describe it as enhancing the value proposition.
Okay.
Because in the economy has been quite tough. And so you have a lot of manufacturers who have stockpiled because the purchasing power has been low and it's been difficult to push things into the market. So this is an opportunity for them to sell things to sell off inventories for the year, and for consumers as well to be able to get good discounts to purchase things that they will need, particularly towards the end of the year. So that stays, that's like the mainstay. In addition to that, to enhance that, we also then provide a platform where you can gain distributorship for different things, which can enhance the trade value proposition in it, because we want you to be able to see what manufacturers are bringing to the market. So there will be a lot of unveiling of new products, and so it gives the manufacturers, or it gives the business people an opportunity to interact with their a new constituency. You have like a lot of, we're expecting like 500,000 visitors. So it just gives you a great platform to be able to engage with your customer base, give them the information about your product, but also get feedback from them about their needs and their expectations. And I think it's a great way to promote trade.
So the tech hub that Kupoluyi spoke about and all that will be innovations and tweaking of the trade fair, is it? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you have a lot of techpreneurs. I think Nigerians are doing great things in that space in all the sectors, in financial services, in insurance, in all the sectors, really agriculture. So this is a time to say, what obtains. How can we help businesses be more efficient using technology? And so how can we showcase what we have developed or what we have created? And so that tech hub provides that platform for them.
Interesting how the fair will look like in terms of industries and sectors that will be showcasing, that will be prominently there. Mr. Kupoluyi, which sectors do you think will likely dominate? I know the tech generation.
The tech guys, they are within my own family. You expect me to say more of them. Yes. But at the same time, that's why we keep on talking about goods and services. Because there are a lot of the services people getting in there, like most of the insurance broker, even the accountant is telling us that accounting is not just an office work now, it's more of technology driven. We are having as product launch. It's yes, like we launched many of the Dangote's product at first done at trade fair. That product launch, in other words, there are a lot of some of those breakthrough in the industry that will be introduced there. Therefore, it's not just about the goods alone. There are services, there are exchange of ideas, there are a lot of other things. Because we have this what we call special day. The special day is the conference side of the trade fair, where people book maybe 3 hours, 2 hours, depending on what messages you want to give to people. We get the right people there. Those conferences are going on alongside. In other words, we have the schools, therefore education. Therefore, it's not just about people coming to buy consumable goods alone, but it's an intellectual thing along with. Well, it's all a capacity, and now that we are bringing, last year we talked that we'll make the music to play on. I told you now that is what we are actually implementing. If you bring some
business executive to speak, I'm sure some of the youth and others can pick some business ideas from there, for example, during those, because also a place, if I pick up a good idea from there, I'm going to work on it. The Director General, you spoke earlier about 500,000 visitors, but talk to me a little bit about the companies that will be coming. What's the expectation in terms of numbers and the diversity of these companies across sectors within Nigeria and perhaps from outside the country within the West Coast?
Okay, so I mentioned about 500,000 visitors, but we're also looking at about 3,500 exhibitors across all sectors. And it's important to note that these exhibitors find the fair useful because you also then have their regulators across the different sectors being at the fair. So that gives a good opportunity for them to also learn about what new things the regulators are introducing and also giving the regulators feedback. So there's that interface, which is very useful. We expect a lot of, like I talked about the Africa Hall, so we expect a lot of the Africa countries to be there. But in addition to that, it's an international fair, right? So we have a lot of exhibitors from outside the continent.
Yes.
So we have the United Asia. So we have a lot of Chinese companies being here to showcase their goods, their services, and also recruit some distributors for their products. You have a large population of the Indians being at the fair. You have the Japan External Trade Organization, JETRO. They have a large pavilion where they will have several Japanese companies being there at the fair. So the fair is really an ecosystem where a lot of things are happening for the benefit of both the consumers and the traders and manufacturers.
It's just a few days to this trade fair, so I'm beginning to ask, how do I, if I still have time to make exhibition, how do I get there? Where is the venue? How do I secure tickets?
Yeah, this year is special. We are having the first 3 days free.
First 3 days free?
Free.
I'm going to write that down somewhere.
And that is, we are doing that as a complimentary to our celebration of 135 years of existence.
Oh,
free.
Great.
Free
entry for the first 3 days.
First 3 days. And after the first 3 days, we are making it easier for people, just about 300 naira to get in there. That shows we are very sensitive about the situation in Nigeria, and we are not increasing it. We know 300 naira now can barely buy a bottle of water, but just for us to have a control of the inventory, that is why we are doing that. And this year, just like I said, the Japanese came last year, and they found out how important the trade fair is and how beneficial it is. And they are doubling the number of people coming. And for the first time after the COVID-19, the Chinese will be coming. And this will be one of their first entry in Africa after COVID-19. That's to show how important the Lagos International Trade Fair is. It is to both Africa and people outside Africa. And Lagos being a gateway, the real gateway in come to economy of Nigeria. It is, and many of the state governments will be coming, different states in Nigeria. And as he said, all the most of our organization, federal organization, FRC, the NS, different organizations.
I'm sure you're going to have a whole lot
of federal agencies.
From standard organizations to
all of them
the rest of them,
yes. All of them are there. Yeah. So that you can pick those things you can only pick in their office, and those consultants you can get in the office, you get it free, nearly very, very free at the trade fair, including CAC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I remember that, yes, if you want to do business registration. I think that should also be part of it. To sum it up, Director General, Madam, in terms of the organization putting this together, tell me about technology and the YouTube platforms play part of this, executing this trade fair.
Okay, so we talked about the 3 free days, but we expect Nigerians to register. If you want to register for the fair, please reach out to us via email, litf@lagoschamber.com, or call the number 0700 524 6724, 0700 524 6724, and we will engage with you. But exhibitors are able to pick their space and register and pick their spaces online via the electronic platform. So everything we're doing, we're trying to enhance the way we engage with our visitors and the way we engage with our exhibitors to give them a better experience than they had last time.
That'll be good. I'm looking at the, is that a flyer for the trade fair? Yes, so I can see the features on it and the days. It looks like the youths will have to push us aside this time around. I can see a whole lot of them over there for fashion, to music and entertainment. But that's the number you were given earlier.
Yes. 0700 524 6724.
Okay, great. And that code could also be scanned.
The scan, you can scan the code anywhere. You see our banner, you can scan the code and register.
Okay. Oh, that looks like a great one. I'll make sure I make it the first 3 days. I don't mind having something free on you, Madam Director General. Thank you so much, Dr. Chinyere.
Thank you.
Thank you. As well as Mr. Leye Kupoluyi. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. Have a great time, and we hope you have all the best at the trade fair. That's just next week.
Yes, Friday, week today.
Next week.
It's another TGI. Have a great day.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.